Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Now a few days ago I created a video where I was talking about how I became successful with online courses. Now this didn't just happen, it's because I implemented a sales funnel strategy. So that's what I'm going to be sharing with you today. So I'm going to show you the process and what needs to be in each stage in order for you to be successful with sales funnels. All right, so let's dive in and let's take a look. Now over here, this is split into 3 levels. So first it's going to be your traffic, your list building, and then your email marketing. So you may be asking, why do we need to have these stages? Now, trust me, these stages are very important because over the years when I was trying to make money online selling courses and also even with affiliate marketing, I wasn't really successful because I was all over the place. I used to watch time and time again all these videos from these gurus talking about you need to master Facebook ads. Another one would say you need to master email marketing. Another one would be like Facebook ads is the new thing. And then you start hearing Instagram is this brand new thing. If you do Instagram, you're going to be successful. And to be honest, it was overwhelming and I got a lot of a headache from it. So this strategy that I'm sharing with you today is very important. That is what I'm applying today in my business. And also you can use these steps and apply it in your business as well. And I'm pretty much sure that you'll be successful as well. All right. So in order for you to make money online, you need 2 things. You need either a product or a service. You can't really make money online with, without these 2. So even if it's affiliate marketing, it's still a product. Okay, so you're going to need these 2 things, a product or a service. Otherwise, pretty much, you're not really doing much. Okay, so the first stage is going to be your traffic. So traffic is very, very, very important. Now, when I was creating my online courses before, I used to spend so much time just creating courses, perfecting how the courses looked. I even invested in cameras and the gear and all of that. But to be honest, once you have all these courses, if no one knows that you exist or if no one knows that your product exists, you're not going to get any sales. And this is why the first part of this funnel is the traffic. So there's several ways that we can get traffic. We can get traffic by creating YouTube tutorials, tips, or even, anything that you want to put on YouTube. So this is how you get people to know, like, and trust you. And this can be your source of traffic. Another way also to get traffic is to be featured on a podcast or even creating a podcast. So when you get featured on a podcast and assuming that the person that owns the podcast has a large following, but you appearing on that podcast, you are tapping into that person's audience. So this is one quick way of getting your exposure out there because exposure is very, very important. So another way to do this is to create a Facebook page or a Facebook group and provide content for these groups in order for you to make these groups grow. So that's also another way to get your exposure or get your traffic. And there are also other ways, and that is to use Instagram or even TikTok. So I know these platforms are quite new. I don't really use them. I just focus mainly on YouTube and a little bit of Facebook. But these are the places that you need to get your traffic. And the reason why I'm mentioning these is if you get organic traffic, it's even much better, because if you go in and spend money on Facebook ads or YouTube ads without really putting yourself out there initially, people don't really know you. So you need to put some content out there so that people can relate to you and people, of course, know, like, and trust you in order for them to buy from you. Okay, so that's the first stage. So now that we've established the traffic part of it, what do we need to do with all this traffic? So this is where now you need to move on to the second part of this funnel. And this is where you need to create a list, an email list. So an email list is very, very, very effective. Now, initially, I really thought, you know what, I won't even bother with an email list. Now, last year, I saw a massive shift in my business, and that is because I utilized my mailing list. And this was really, really, really powerful. In fact, this year, I'm going to be really pushing my mailing list and make sure that it grows really, really big. So the mailing list is important because when you have people on your mailing list, it's easier for you to market to them. And also, open rate, click-through rate will be very, very high because most of these people will know who you are because you would have attracted them over here on the top part, which is the traffic part. So it's easier for them to open your email because they already know you because of your exposure on these channels here on the top. So how do you build a mailing list? So there's several ways you could do this, but the best way, and this is the best way, is to give away something absolutely free. And this needs to be something of value. So back in the day, a lot of people used to give away PDFs. But to be honest, PDFs nowadays are not really as effective because there's so much content out there where you can just Google on the web and you would see blogs or even, Wikipedia articles with all that information. So it's readily free. And in my opinion, people are not really ready to leave their email address for a PDF. So this is where you need to step it up a little bit. So the 3 things that I highly recommend that can really help you grow your mailing list is to maybe sign up people to a workshop, which is free. So a free workshop works really, really well. What I'm also experimenting with is a free mini course. In fact, I'm putting together a mini course on WordPress mastery. I'll be giving away this course for free, and I'll be sharing with you the results of that. But from the little things that I've been doing so far, sharing my templates and all of that, this has really grown my mailing list. So I'm pretty sure giving away my WordPress mastery course is going to also build my mailing list. Now, another way to build your list is also to give away templates. In my case, I use Divi a lot. So giving away a Divi template to your audience, that will help you grow your mailing list as well. So if you're a photographer or you're into filmmaking, you could give away some LUTs, and these help make your images look really, really awesome. All right, so now that we've established what to give away at this stage of the list building, this is very, very important. Make sure you don't skip this. So there's several software that you can use for this. In WordPress, you can use either Divi. You can also use some plugins that can help you, put all this together. So basically what I'm talking about here on list building is a page, a dedicated page where people can leave their name and email address. So once they leave their name and email address, they get added onto a database. And while they're there on the database, it means that you have access to all those people on that list, and you can send them emails with your promotions and so on. So the reason why this is also very important is because on this stage here on the list building, it may seem like, okay, why can't I just go to the list building stage and not worry about the traffic? Now, this list building stage is dependent on the traffic. So the more people that come down this funnel, the better it is for the list building to work. And then over here as well, some people may feel like, you know what, I may just ignore this list building part. And to be honest, I actually ignored it for a while over the years. And it didn't really work out very well trying to sell directly on social media. It doesn't really work, to be honest. So it's very important that you have your mailing list. And also what is very important, this is what people don't even realize, and that is, let's say worst case scenario, you get banned on Facebook, or maybe your YouTube channel gets hacked. What you're going to do? Because at that stage, if you don't have your mailing list, it's very, very difficult for you to get in touch with your audience, because you don't have access to YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, or even TikTok. All you have is a platform where you can put out all your content. So it is very, very important to build your mailing list. Okay, so now let's move on to the next step. And this step now is the email marketing part. So this is where you need to automate your emails. So if you're giving away something for free here on this level here, you want to have some emails that go out occasionally, trying to warm up your audience. So again, you could send some emails out to show them the content that you're creating over here. If it's a podcast, you want to use these people on this mailing list to say, hey, check out the podcast that I've been interviewed on. Or if you create some content, you can say, hey, check out my Facebook video or my YouTube video about such and such and such and such. Now, by doing that, you're giving a lot of value to all your subscribers here on this list building stage. So the reason why we're doing this is because we want our audience to be warmed up, and we want them to really see more of our content. The more we give them all these extra things, the more it's likely for them to buy from us. So this email marketing part is very powerful because you don't really have to go in and send all these emails out every single day. You can automate the whole process. So there are services that can make it easy for you to automate your emails, and the services are your MailChimp, ConvertKit, Aweber, and so on. They help you set your emails up in such a way that when people sign up onto that mailing list, they are sent other emails, and you can space them out in days, in weeks, and so on. And you don't have to go in and send emails out every single day. So this is why having a system in place is very, very powerful. So the question now is, how do you make money with this sales funnel? And this is where everything all comes together. So over here now on this email marketing part. So the more that you send these emails out, providing content or value, it's going to make it easier for your subscribers to then purchase something, because at this stage, you've built the know, like, and trust factor. So I would highly recommend that you automate your emails, because automating them really saves you a lot of time, because if you're going to be doing this manually, it is time consuming. So there are ways to integrate this with your website as well, and I will be doing a lot of tutorials. In fact, I've done some tutorials before where I help you integrate all these softwares with your WordPress website. So when it comes to building sales funnels, there are some tools out there and services that can help you do this. So the two main ones which I highly recommend are your ClickFunnels, and this is a bit more on the pricey side. I think it's about $97 for your basic features per month. But if you're on a WordPress platform, which is what I highly recommend, I would use Cutflows. Now, Cutflows is very, very powerful. In fact, that is what I've been using on my system, and it has been performing amazingly. So these two services, they do pretty much the same thing, but you get more for your money with Cutflows, and it is much cheaper. So I would highly, recommend going with Cutflows. So when we take a look at this funnel, you may be thinking, well, isn't it easy to just do things this way? Well, the challenge here is you need to know how to implement and plug in all these steps together. And this is something that I was struggling with over the years. And this is what I teach on this channel. So I help you put all these systems together and help you visualize and actually implement these onto your systems so that you can be successful with your own courses or even products that you sell online. So as you can see, this is a very, very powerful system. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to then build this on your website. So I'm going to show you all the theory that we've gone through and put it on a fully functioning website. But it's very important that before you can go ahead and start creating all of this, you need to have something that you're going to be selling, a product or a service. So this is very, very important. Now, let me know your experience with sales funnels. How are you selling your products, and how have you implemented funnels into your own system? If you haven't, also let me know in the comments box below and explain why you haven't implemented sales funnels in your business. All right, guys, that's all I have for you in today's video. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next one. Take care.